Look at Sammy. Sammy found the basket, and she has decided that she is going to test it out. She's sitting in it. Is she going to try to curl up and make it a cat bed?
Stella, Splash, Simba, Boo, Sammy, Richard, Nancy, Goldie, Ziggy, Ringo, Eva, Hydrox, and Ditto, the Lucky Ferals.
It is 7:30 a.m. Here's Splash. Good morning, Splash. Here's Simba. Good morning, Simba. The two of these guys woke me up around 3 a.m. when they were having some kind of fight. Right, Simba? What were you guys fighting about? I literally got 2 hours of sleep last night because of my arm pain. It was throbbing, and it was like nonstop all night. I did not even have Tylenol in the house. The last Tylenol I took was 3 years ago when I had this problem with my other arm. And the Tylenol that I had was expired. So I just had to bear with it overnight. I took some herbal supplements. But I don't really have a whole lot of pain supplements here. I just drank water and juice. And now I'm just trying to get up and keep the cats on schedule. Hopefully be able to take naps today. I tried sleeping on my bed. I tried sleeping on the couch. I tried sleeping in Boo's room. No matter where I tried to sleep or what position I tried to sleep in, it was excruciating pain. And the only position I could finally figure out that was comfortable was just laying flat on my back with my arm at my side, but like bent, and then my hand like on my stomach. So yeah, I'm dragging today. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, and it's gonna be a rough day. But thankfully the pain is not as bad in the morning. I could hardly move that arm at all. I did some physical therapy with the physical therapy stick today just to see what kind of movement I have in it without moving it like with my other arm. Like if I grab my arm with my other hand, I can move it. Or if I grab the stick and then move the stick, I can move it. But moving it on its own, it's just not going anywhere. So, I mean, it's just definitely like a repeat of what happened 3 years ago, just in the opposite arm. The main difference between 3 years ago and now is that I wasn't coming off of 4 months of turmoil and turbulence. First Stella passed away, and then Sammy went missing. And then, Simba was having his vomiting problems. He went to the animal hospital, and then Boo was in the hospital, and then Boo passed away. And then just the other day, I found out about C.R. Barboni passing away, and he was a great friend to this channel. So it's just been a lot to deal with. And I haven't been sleeping good because of like all of that. I was just finally getting the cats back into a routine and finally starting to improve my sleep. And now I have to deal with this. Not fun. It is 8:04 a.m. Here's Simba. Good morning, Simba. It is going to be another wet and gray day. Thankfully, I am feeling a little bit better than yesterday, so I have a little bit less shoulder pain, and I could actually move my arm a little bit more, so I have a little bit more range of motion. I slept well last night. I was able to fall asleep if I'm sleeping on my back and I'm not moving. Like there's one position on my back with my arm at my side where I did not have any shoulder pain. So I fell asleep in that position, and then I woke up, and then I fell asleep in that position, then I woke up, then I fell asleep in that position. And then finally at around 3 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and my shoulder was throbbing and the pain came back. So then I was like, okay, I'm going to have to take a Tylenol. So I took a Tylenol, and then I fell back asleep, and then I slept for several hours, and I woke up this morning probably around 7 a.m. So I'm definitely feeling better than I did yesterday. And I am going to continue on my protocols that I've been on for the past 2 days with the supplements and just eating super, super clean and healthy, and a lot of soup and salad. I've been eating a lot of escarole bean soup because it's really high in magnesium and minerals to help my body dissolve this calcium. Taking a lot of supplements to help dissolve this calcium deposit also. Right, Simba? How you doing, Simba? Simba's not too happy because we didn't have any playtime last night. with the pom-poms. I'm sorry, Simba. We'll have some playtime today, okay? But he did get some extra treats throughout the night. Sometimes, like when I woke up. At one point, I woke up and Simba was licking the quilt he was laying on. I was like, oh no, Simba, you hungry? So I gave him some treats. And it's already like 8 o'clock, so I have to hurry up and get dressed and then give the cats their breakfast, hopefully around 8:30. I know, Simba, we're off schedule. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry, Simba. One other thing I should mention is that I weighed Simba this morning, and he's at 19 pounds, 4 ounces. So he got past the plateau that he was on. Let's see how he does within the next few days. Official weigh-in is 2 days from now. Here's Splash. Good morning, Splashy. Splashy got treats in the middle of the night also. Splashy was a little unhappy that Simba wasn't playing with him last night. Simba was sleeping on my bed with me for quite a while. And then I heard Splash like meowing a lot in the other room. And he's like, come on, Simba, come play with me. Splash is very active at night. It is 9 a.m. Here's Simba. Good morning, Simba. There's Splash. Splash is walking around. Simba got weighed this morning. And today, Simba weighs 19 pounds and 2 ounces. So he's down 4 ounces from last week. Right, Simba? What a good job that was. So in total, over the past 3 weeks, Simba is down 9 ounces, which means he's down an average of 3 ounces per week, which is exactly what the vet wanted. He wanted 3 to 6 ounces a week. Good job, Simba. What a good boy. So over this past week, Simba got lots of extra rest time, right? Because I've been doing like nothing but resting for the past 3 days. And I've been healing myself, working on my shoulder pain, and it's given Simba more of a chance to rest. Yesterday, like last night, I finally started feeling like I had less pain and some of my energy was coming back. So Simba had a little bit of playtime last night. But other than that, they've just been on their daily routine with their meals. And he's been getting his cat grass. This is his cat grass from last week. As you can see, it's still in really good shape. And he'll be getting a new cat grass within the next several days, just because I've been buying one a week. The cats are just about to have their breakfast. I'm running late today because of my arm situation. So it is 9:37 p.m. and here's Splash. How you doing, Splashy? And there's Simba. He's on top of the cat tower. And my shoulder has been getting a little bit better. And it's really hard to film this right now. Even just holding the camera is painful to my arm. But I just wanted to document something. It's been 6.5 weeks since Boo passed away. And today it is hitting me like a ton of bricks. I am really, really feeling the loss today. And I'm not saying that I haven't felt the loss previous to this. But for some reason today, it is just really, really hitting me hard. But I think it's good because I feel like I never really had a chance to mourn for him as deeply as I did for Stella. Although his passing was completely different than Stella's passing, the circumstances were completely different. I just feel like a lot more of it is hitting me now today. Hey, doing Splashy. So I shut all the windows and I turned the AC on because we have another bad air quality day today. And it's pretty hot in the house right now. Also, I should mention that there is a black bear around here. Right now, it's in the next town over. But it is realistically within walking distance of my neighborhood. So that would be the first time that a black bear was spotted in my neighborhood. It's really the first time that it was spotted in the areas where it is now. I hope they could do something about it. People are just spreading the word to let people know, but I don't think animal control has any plans to trap it or try to catch it or relocate it or what. I think they're just hoping it finds its way home, and I don't know where its home would be. It is 12:20 p.m. Look at Nancy. She's sleeping in Stella's castle. Nancy seems to want to take over this castle since Stella is no longer here. And look at what's going on here. So somebody knocked this basket full of toys off of the coffee table. I heard something crash a while ago, but I've been resting my arm. I've been trying to take a nap. Today, I feel worse than I felt yesterday. So today is like the first time ever that I feel like the pain's going backwards. It's getting worse instead of better. So I need to make sure that I'm getting lots of rest today and I'm staying on only anti-inflammatory foods. And, I'm working to get better and not, retain this pain. So that's why when I heard the crash, I knew it sounded like cat toys. I was like, I'll just deal with that later. So here we could see what they dumped on the floor. It's 2:40 p.m. Look at Sammy. Sammy found the basket. And she has decided that she is going to test it out. She's sitting in it. Is she going to try to curl up and make it a cat bed? Yep, there she goes. Sammy's the smallest cat in the house. She's the only one that could even possibly try to fit in that basket. How you doing, Sammy? Meanwhile, here on my bed, I've been hanging out with Nancy and Richard. They've been keeping me company. Here's Richard splooting, and here's Nancy. I just finished scooping all the litter in the house and taking it outside. Now I'm having some soup for lunch. And I've just been trying to relax, do as little as possible, and just concentrate on healing my shoulder. I think I did too much yesterday. I ran around too much, went too many places because I was feeling good. And so today I feel like I'm taking a step backwards instead of a step forwards. And it's been painful because I don't just have pain in my shoulder right now. It extends down my bicep and also my shoulder blade. So it's kind of moving around and expanding, and it's part of what it does. So that is the situation. Very disappointing, but it is what it is. I would like to get a video posted today. I don't know if I'm going to be able to edit it though, because it does hurt. Even to just type on a computer hurts. So that is where things stand right now. I just want to lay down, eat some soup, and relax a little while longer. I've been trying to relax for an hour and then get something done, and then relax for an hour and then get something done. So I'm going to try to do that again. It is 7:54 a.m. Look at Splash. He's so happy on that chair. So last night I went down to my laundry room and I found some clean blankets and I put it over these two swivel chairs that I have because I have not been able to clean the slip covers that are on them. I need to vacuum them and get the cat hair off of them, but with my arm, I haven't been able to do that. It takes all of my energy just to vacuum the house. And yesterday I had to clean up a few other things. So I was like, you know what? I'll just find some clean blankets and cover these chairs with the blankets for now. And it seems Splash is enjoying himself. I also took the pillows off. There was a pillow that you'd rest your back on. I just removed it. There's Simba. And it's raining. It's supposed to be a wet day. I don't know if it's going to rain all day, but it's just supposed to be a really wet day. And then tomorrow is supposed to be even rainier. And the next day, even rainier. And then hopefully we'll see some sun after that because it's just too much rain. 2 years ago, the first time I had a really bad problem with fleas in this house, we had a very wet summer, but it wasn't as bad as we're having this year. This year is even worse. So I am sincerely hoping we don't get hit with a lot of fleas this year. My arm is still in the process of recovering from calcific tendonitis. I still have pain, but I have gotten some of the movement back. I still have a ways to go. Today is day 10, I believe, as far as how many days I've been dealing with the pain. It's come a long way from a week ago. Like a week ago at this time, it was much more painful and I had much less movement. But what's happening is with all of this rain and lack of sunshine, it's not progressing as quickly as it would if it was sunny out. Because vitamin D does have a part in kind of moving this calcium out of the joint and like into the bones where it belongs. Vitamin D, vitamin K2, magnesium, those are some of the supplements that I've been taking. And I found out yesterday that one of the reasons why most people get calcific tendinitis in the summer months is because that is when their vitamin D levels increase. And what vitamin D does is it helps your body absorb calcium. So that's what's going on. That's why I desperately wish we were getting some nice sunny days. But we have 2 more days after today. I'm just really trying to be patient with this whole process. But it's so hard for me because I've had such a bad year so far. Like just when I thought, all the bad stuff for the year was over and, I'll be able to kind of get things back into a schedule and just enjoy my life again. It's not the case. So I'm just doing the best that I can. Here's Simba. Hello, Simba. How are you? He's tired. Last night, in the middle of the night, Simba and Splash were running around the house. Sometimes I don't know how Simba's running around the house with his limping issue. But it's amazing when I find them running around like that. Although I do tell him to, not jump and please rest your legs. I don't think this lack of sunshine is helping Simba either. Grandma and Grandpa are supposed to be visiting today. And I have not celebrated Grandma Farrell's birthday or Father's Day with them. So that's what we're going to try to do today. Normally I would go out to see them. But I don't want to take any long drives when I could only use my left arm. It just makes it a little bit more difficult. So they're going to come out here and visit with me and the cats and hopefully help me out with a few things. Like I need to make cat food. Maybe they'll go to the poultry farm and pick up an order for me. I also have a flat tire on my car. I found that out yesterday. So Grandpa might be able to take the tire off and take it to someplace to have it repaired. There's a crack on the valve stem. The tires are relatively new. The tires are only like 2 years old. I got them no. They're a little more than a year old. I got them last April. I got them in April of 2024. But the valve stem has a crack in it, so that needs to be replaced. It is 7:57 a.m. and here's Simba. He's on top of the cat tower. He's looking at birds. I have the windows open because it's beautiful right now. It's about 71 degrees and sunny. Today it's supposed to get up into the 90s, and for the next several days we're supposed to have like a heat wave. We have like a heat advisory. It's supposed to get over 100. So what I would like to do today is try to get out of the house early before it gets too hot. I'm going to try to buy Simba some cat grass. Whole Foods did not have any yesterday, so I'm going to try to go to like PetSmart. I also need to go to a local supermarket and stock up on some canned cat food for the Lucky 7. Maybe I'll pick up some canned cat food at PetSmart also. I don't know. I just have to look around. I have to do it in the morning when I have the most energy and also when my arm feels the best. So today is June 21st, like the first day of summer. Today is the longest day of the year. This is always my favorite time of year. Just a few weeks ago, before the shoulder issue happened, I remember thinking to myself how I wanted to make enjoying this part of the year a priority because I just love it. I love the long days. I love the warmer weather. And it actually makes me sad that as of tomorrow, the days start getting shorter again. And we had such horrible, horrible rainy weather that I feel like I couldn't even enjoy like the outside. Here's Splash. And now that the weather has cleared up for a few days and will hopefully stay clear for a few days, I feel like I really can't enjoy it either because I really need to focus on getting this shoulder healed up. For the past several days, I've been taking a daily walk, and I've been doing that to judge how much movement I'm getting back in my arm. You know, when you walk and you swing your arms like at your side, I'm almost back to a full swing in my right arm. You know, when I started, I could hardly even move the arm. Like if I could swing it an inch or two, that was like it. And I've noticed that every day, if I walk a little bit, then I could swing the arm a little bit farther, a little bit farther. And yesterday was the first day that I could actually walk a mile. And it felt like I almost had full swing back in the arm. Now, I still can't lift the arm up over my head. I still can't do many things with the arm without supporting it with my left arm. Like if I want to move it in certain directions, I have to actually move it with my left arm. I have to use my left arm to move my right arm. But it is getting better in other situations, like I can brush my teeth now without any pain, and I could wash my face without any pain. And this morning I took a shower and I was able to like put conditioner in my hair without any pain. Although in order to do that, I have to like bend over at the waist, and that way I could actually touch my hair with my right hand. Like if I'm standing up straight, I can't reach that far up. So I need to work on stretching the arm, just like doing whatever very mild exercises with it that I can, because it's still really swollen. Like my shoulder looks like there's a baseball inside of it. Like it's just a lot more swollen than my left shoulder. So I need to work on an anti-inflammatory diet and continue on the supplements, and then work on stretching it and getting range of motion back. But I also need to work on resting, because I feel like I have not been getting good sleep over the past several days because, you know, I get a fever at night and then I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm drenched in sweat because the fever broke. Then it takes me a while to get back to sleep. So I need to really work on resting. I'm hoping maybe I could do that this weekend, but we'll just see. It is 3:35 p.m. Here's Simba. Hello, Simba. It is 102 degrees outside. We are having a heat wave today and tomorrow. And I have not been filming anything for quite a few days because I've just been trying to recuperate from this shoulder condition that I have. And thankfully, I would say like 90% of the pain is gone, which is wonderful because the pain was literally excruciating. For several days, it was just like nonstop throbbing pain. And then it's just been gradually getting less and less and less. But what I'm working on now is getting movement back in my arm, like range of motion, because when the pain was at its worst, I could not move my arm at all. And slowly, very slowly, I've been able to get some of the movement back. So here's Simba on top of this cat tower. And like, I can't even, this is how far I could move my arm, like that. I can't even like reach up there to pet him or anything. And that's just like moving my arm in front of me. If I try to move my arm to the side, it's like even less. But this is more motion than I've had like previously. So like obviously, I could pet him with my left hand, but I still cannot move my right hand that far independently. So if I move close to this cat tower, I can grab it with my right hand. And if I move close, I could pet him like this. It's just I can't like really stretch out. Like if I stretch it out, then it just really starts hurting. And it's all the shoulder. So it's a shoulder issue. My shoulder is so swollen. It looks like there's a baseball in my shoulder. So I'm still working on getting the swelling down, the inflammation down. And as the inflammation comes down, then I should be able to regain more of my range of motion. But today's like the first day that I could put my hand on my hip. You know how when you bend your arm at the elbow, you could put your hand on your hip? Today's the first day I could do that. Like I haven't even been able to do that. But I have been taking care of the cats. It's been good. Simba just had his snack a little while ago. I'm going to go check on it and see if he actually ate it. And he had breakfast this morning. And yesterday, I went to a local organic market and I bought some pasture-raised chicken for him and Splash. Because we're still working on Simba's weight loss. We're still working on his limping. I had to kind of work on myself and take care of that. And I've just been, maintaining everything with Simba. But now that I'm starting to, be better myself and get more movement in my arm and be able to function more, then I'm hoping to have more playtime with Simba. And we're going to work on just continuing his protocol. But I am curious to see if I make some batches of homemade food for him and Splash with pasture-raised chicken instead of the conventional chicken, if that'll make a difference with his, inflammation in his legs. So we'll see how that goes, right, Simba? He's been taking the Cosequin twice a day, but now I think he's been on it about a month, so we're going to go to once a day. And he's also been taking that other standard process supplement. So we're going to continue with those. Here's Simba's snack. It ends up that he did not eat his snack. And here's Sammy. What you doing, Sammy? You can't eat Simba's snack. This is Simba's snack. Okay? Here's Simba. You didn't eat your snack. Simba, you didn't eat your snack. You going to eat it? Eat your snack? No? I'm going to put it here. Simba, I'm going to put it here, Simba, okay? You eat it there? You eat it when you want it? It's 7:45 p.m. and here's Splash. How you doing, Splash? Splash spent the day underneath my bed. I spent most of the day on top of my bed, and I've been working on my laptop. I actually got a video posted today. I'm just so happy I was able to do that. And what happens is that in the evening, Splash lets me know when he's ready to eat and he's ready to just kind of move around the house. And I'll see him come out from under my bed and he'll walk around a little bit, but then he'll often just go back under my bed, which is what he did. The other day when he came out from under the bed, I was here in the living room and so was Ringo. And I saw Ringo just kind of wake up and look at Splash and actually kind of, he started moving towards Splash and I could see that he was going to be aggressive towards Splash. So I was like, okay, Ringo, you're not going to do that. And at that point, I made all the Lucky 7 go downstairs. When Splash tells me he's ready for dinner, he's ready to start moving around the house, then I just walk around and all I have to do now is tell the Lucky 7 it's time to go downstairs. If I just clap my hands and be like, okay, everyone, we're going downstairs, they just go downstairs. So that's where they are now. And I am going to start putting a new batch of food together for Splash and Simba with the pasture-raised chicken. And I'm going to clean up the kitchen and get everyone fed. And then maybe if I get everything done in time, I'm going to take a walk this evening. So today it got up to 103 degrees here. Last time I checked, it was down to about 95. If it's down below 90, then I'm going to take a walk. I just feel like I need to move my shoulder. I'm basically at the point where I could almost walk normal with my shoulder as far as when you swing your arms when you walk. I'm almost at the point where it's back to normal as far as walking goes. But I still have a ways to go with it. It's almost 9 p.m. Here's Simba. And I got him a lightning bug. He has a lightning bug and Splash has a lightning bug. So there are 2 lightning bugs in this room with them. Now, the other day, I got Simba a lightning bug and he really enjoyed hunting it. And the next day, it was still flying around the house. I don't know what happened to it. I haven't seen it since. So I just went outside and I got 2 more lightning bugs. And so I have 2 up here and there's 2 downstairs. I got 2 downstairs for the Lucky 7. Look at what's going on down here. They're hunting it. One of the lightning bugs is crawling on the ground. The other one was flying. But they're hunting this one. So I figure it gives them something to do. It's lightning bug season. And, it'll amuse them for a little while. And it's pretty much like an unending supply of lightning bugs outside. So if they enjoy these two tonight, I could always get more tomorrow night. I did learn that after a while, like lightning bugs are not out all night. They're only out like around dusk. I don't know how many hours after dusk they stay active, but like when I came home the other day, it was like 10 p.m. There were no lightning bugs outside, so. It is 4:16 p.m. and there's Cousin Oliver. He's laying on the patio in the shade. I guess he found a cool spot over there. It's 100 degrees out right now. Today is our second day in a row over 100 degrees. And I saw him earlier. He's been hanging out in the shade, like under bushes and stuff like that. So he's been finding cool spots. So I guess this is his current cool spot. There is some fresh water here. I put fresh water in all the water bowls this morning. And there's another water bowl on the side of the house with fresh water in it. And it looks like he is just going to relax for a while, which is fine. Here's Nancy and Richard. They're hanging out in these cat towers in the dining room. They're on the lower level today. I don't know why. And here's Sammy. She is fast asleep on top of this cat tower. Here's Splash. He's on top of my bed. I have the door to my room shut, and he's just been enjoying some time alone in here. He has harp music playing. Splash loves relaxing harp music, so that's why I'm just trying to talk over the music, but he's so happy. And there's Simba. Simba's on top of the cat tower in Boo's room. I do have the screen door shut, which is what I'm filming through right now. So if it looks a little weird, it's because I'm filming through the screen. But Simba had a snack earlier, so did Splash. And I'm going to make them some homemade raw food today with some of the pasture-raised chicken that I bought 2 days ago. And we'll see how they like it. It is 6:15 p.m. and there's Cousin Oliver. He moved over next to the water bowl. He's been sleeping for a while, getting some good rest. It's about 98 degrees right now. Still very, very hot outside. It's about 8:05 p.m. and it's down to about 94 degrees right now. And Cousin Oliver was laying behind the bushes near my garbage cans. I guess it's cooler for him over there. He probably gets a nice breeze. I just gave him a plate of food. I gave him very liquidy food. So he has some chicken. I think it's some of the Earthborn Holistic chicken. And then there's another fish-based food. So he has some to choose from. And if he eats what's on the plate, I could give him more. But I just wanted to give him a lot of liquid because it's so hot today. He's itching because of where he's been laying. Like he's been laying someplace cool where all the bugs are. Hopefully he'll eat it. He should really like it. I'm just about to feed the inside cats. Here's Nancy and Goldie. Everyone did really good today. And it got to the point where I was sitting on the sofa and I was like looking through my phone. And Nancy and Richard are staring at me. I'm like, oh, you guys want to go eat? And I just walk around the house. And I'm like, okay, everyone, let's go downstairs and eat. And they just take themselves downstairs. I don't know if you could see it, but there is a firefly on the wall right now. I believe that's a firefly. Yeah, that's one of the fireflies on the wall. It's 7:15 a.m. Here's Simba. He's eating some of this cat grass that I planted for him the other day. I bought one of these cupcake carriers from the Dollar Tree quite a while ago with the purpose of using it to plant cat grass in, and I finally got around to doing it the other day. It didn't grow as well as I hoped it would, but as you can see, he's still enjoying it. He's standing in it with his front paws. Simba loves his cat grass. I just weighed Simba because it's his official weekly weigh-in day. He's at 19 pounds, 4 ounces. I think that's the same as last week, if not up 2 ounces. I have to check. I just checked my book, and last week, Simba was 19 pounds and 4 ounces, which is the same that he is right now. Now, I will weigh him again in about an hour because maybe he has to use the litter box and maybe he'll lose another 2 ounces or 4 ounces. I don't know. We'll see. It's about 8:30 a.m. right now, and I just weighed Simba for the second time this morning, and this time he weighed 19 pounds, 2 ounces. So we're going to take that as our official weigh-in. It's 10 p.m. and Splash and Simba are having some crunchies. They're each having a tablespoon of crunchies. And check this out. That's Sammy. So Sammy likes to spend time upstairs with Splash and Simba. And they tolerate her pretty well because she doesn't try to attack them. Like, she does not ambush them the way that Nancy has done in the past. So they're a little bit wary of her at times, but for the most part, they're pretty accepting of her. But it's so funny how the two of them are eating their crunchies together like this. And here's Sammy. It is 7:45 a.m. and here's Splash. He's hanging out by this window. He was on top of the cat tower, then he jumped down. And it is going to be a rainy day today. Another rainy day. It is now the last weekend in June. And I don't think we've had a nice weekend all month. And I know for me, I've been dealing with the shoulder issue since the first weekend in June. So the entire month of June has just been super challenging for me. Thankfully, my arm is a lot better than it was a few weeks ago, but it still has a long way to go. So I've been doing some home exercises with it. I have like a physical therapy stick that I use to help stretch it out and move it around. And yesterday, I decided that I was going to go to the gym. So basically what happened is I found a notebook from 2022, the last time that I had this issue in my other arm. And it had some information in it. And then I also have an app on my phone that I use every time that I go to the gym. And I keep track of like whatever workout that I do. So I looked in that. And it ends up the last time that I went to the gym was when I was doing, rehabilitation on my shoulder. And I found every workout that I did at the time. So it seems that 3 years ago, I didn't have it as bad in the other shoulder and I was more advanced at this time. So like right now I've been dealing with my right shoulder for 3 weeks. And at this point, 3 years ago, I had more recovery in it than I do right now. Like right now, I would say most of the pain is gone. I still have a lot of stiffness. It's still swollen and I still have a limited range of motion, although the range of motion does keep getting better. But it's not nearly as good as it was 3 years ago at this time, meaning, 3 weeks into the process. I felt like last time things moved faster for me than they did this time. I don't know if it's because, I just have larger calcium deposits this time, or the weather has just been so bad this time that I'm not able to spend as much time outside getting natural vitamin D, getting exercise in the sun, that kind of stuff. So I think there's a lot of different factors at play. I also think physically I'm just more worn out from everything that happened this year with Stella and Sammy and Simba and Boo and just everything in general. Because I know I just feel so much more exhausted this go around. Last time I remember just being like, okay, this is a challenge. I have to get through it. And, that was it. And this time I just feel like, what do I have to go through now? Like, I've been through so much already. I'm so exhausted from everything. I just want this to be over with. And I think that's a big difference also. Like, I just feel so exhausted this time, whereas last time I didn't. It is 8 p.m. The cats are getting ready for their dinner, and Splash is having an appetizer. He's eating some of this cat grass. It ends up that it grew really well in this cupcake carrier. And I was in the Dollar Tree today, and I was originally going to buy another one of these cupcake carriers so I could have one growing while they're eating one. But instead, I bought one of their pie carriers. This is what their pie carrier looks like. And what I don't like about it is that this cover actually doesn't fit very well on it. I had to like really kind of like squeeze it on. As you can see here, it's like coming off. So the cover is horrible for it. It doesn't really work. I think this bottom tray part is actually better because it's more shallow. I think it's a little bit smaller because it's not square, it's a circle, but it's more shallow, so it should work even better for growing the cat grass. And then as far as the cover goes, I really just have to put the cover on top like that while it grows. It would be nice if the cover fit well so you could pick it up if you wanted to, but I'm sure just leaving it like that will be fine as far as the cat grass growing in here. So I'm going to try this one out and see how this works. I also bought some dry cat food for the cats to try. So this is a bag of Tiki Cat Born Carnivore. This is high protein chicken, herring, and salmon meal recipe. They've never had this one before, so I figured let's try this one. Here's Simba. And I got a bag of From salmon a la veg recipe. This says it is a specially prepared entree with salmon, fish broth, and liver. The cats have never had this one before. And I also bought a bag of this from Healthy Weight Gold. And it says it is tastefully prepared with a balanced blend of select proteins and wholesome ingredients for adult cats. And the cats are going to try this one also. And the reason why I bought these is because for quite a long time, the cats were eating Origin dry cat food, which is really, really expensive. And I was buying it for them because I thought it was like the healthiest dry cat food that you could buy for cats. But after what happened to Stella and Boo, I am completely rethinking all of this. So the cats have been on grain-free dry cat food for years now. And what I'm thinking is that grain-free food can potentially be an issue for cats. I have been looking into it, and there doesn't seem to be as much history with grain-free dry cat food as there is with cat food that does include grains. Now, obviously, not all cat food that includes grains is like created equal. Let's put it that way. Some are higher quality than others. Some are better than others. That's why I just want to see how the cats like this other dry cat food. I am really hesitant to purchase any more of the Origin dry cat food for the cats. I don't necessarily think it's healthy for them anymore. Now, back in like January, February of 2022, when I was trying to nurse Ditto through his mouth cancer, all the other cats in the house got sick. Stella, Boo, Splash, and Simba. They all had vomiting and diarrhea for days. And that was traced back to a bag of Acana, A-C-A-N-A, dry cat food. That's what they had been eating. And once I got rid of that bag, stopped feeding it to them, then they didn't have vomiting and diarrhea anymore. And I do believe that that brand of cat food is related to Origin. And I've never, ever purchased that brand, the Acana brand, ever again. And I'm just really hesitant to purchase like Origin food for the cats. I think it's actually more hype than health. It is 7:45 a.m. Here's Splash. He's so funny. I was just walking past the living room and I saw this. He has 3 cat grasses. The one right in front of his mouth, that's from Whole Foods. I bought it the other day. It was like way smaller than that. And obviously the big one is the one that I grew for the cats. And the one behind Splash is the one from Petco that I got last weekend. So the cats have 3 different types of cat grass to choose from. They've really, really been enjoying it. So much so that I just want to make sure that I have a constant supply of cat grass on hand for them. And Simba's the only one that's thrown up from eating the grass, But he did have a hairball, and it did bring up a hairball, so that's good. And yeah, that's what's going on. I'm getting ready for my day. It is mail time for the cats. The cats got a whole bunch of mail. Let's see what they got. All right, let's start with these envelopes or these packages. Sammy's hanging out with me right now. This says, hooray, Sammy is home. Love you and the cats from Ginny UP in MI. Is that up in Michigan? Thank you so much. Oh, and look what the cats got. They got an Amazon gift card. Isn't this pretty with the flowers? That's so beautiful. Thank you so much. This is going to be put to very good use on cat supplies. I could always use something on Amazon for the cats. And we are very happy that Sammy's home. Here's Sammy. This is what she's doing while I'm opening mail. Do you see her? She's wrapped up in this toy. She's hiding underneath the toy. Where are you, Sammy? Where are you, Sammy? Hey, Sammy. Hello, Sammy. Hello, Ziggy. You gonna help me? Ziggy likes to open mail. You gonna help me, Ziggy? Come on, Ziggy. Here's another package. Let's open this one. I haven't been able to open mail in a while because of my shoulder. I haven't been able to use my right arm, but now that I'm getting like motion back in the arm, I'm able to do it, even though something as simple as cutting open this package hurts my shoulder. Oh, wow. Look at this. Look at this. This says you can never have too much hand soap, and I hope you know that you don't have to read these cards out loud if you don't want to. It's up to you. But you and Stella and all the other cats have touched so many lives. From Traci Cosgrove. Ooh, and look at what we got. We got the Zoom hand soap refill, frankincense and myrrh. That is my favorite fragrance, and it was also Stella's favorite fragrance. The Zoom frankincense and myrrh soap was her absolute favorite. That's why she used to love to lay on my legs when I got out of the shower or lay on my towels, because I always use this soap. This is the hand soap. I use the bar soaps in the shower, but I also use the hand soaps in the house. So thank you so much, Traci, for thinking of us. This was very thoughtful. This scent always reminds me of Stella. And here we have another package. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Sammy? Sammy, you can't fit in that little bag. You can't fit in that little bag, Sammy. Okay, let's see if we could open this. This says, they say the sense of smell brings back memories and you will always have your memories. And Stella loved the scent because the scent meant her mommy was near. From Traci Cosgrove. And look at what we have. It's the Zoom hand and body lotion, frankincense and myrrh. Oh, I love this. Thank you so much, Traci. Yes, this scent definitely reminds me of Stella. Thank you so much for thinking of her and me and sending us these wonderful goodies. And here we have a box. It's taped up really well. Like this right now is hard on my shoulder. I should be doing it with my left hand. What do we have here? This says, to Lucky, enjoy your gift from Goody Sherry Braziel. Thank you very much. Oh, and this is a scented candle. Rise this way up like a masseuse for your senses, a morning shower, a gentle kick in the pants. Himalayan sea salt and citrus notes revive, boost motivation, cultivate a positive attitude, refresh the mind, light and enjoy. It is bergamot, tangerine, geranium, petitgrain, black tea, and warm woods. Wow, this is great. Those are a lot of the essential oils that I use, and they are very uplifting. And here's the candle. It smells so good. It smells like a spa. I love the fact that it is kind of like an herbal, almost like a floral aroma, but it's not too flowery. That's just awesome. Thank you so much. Here's Sammy, and there's the box. I think she's going to end up laying in that box, although maybe not because I did leave the packaging in there. If I take the packaging out, I think she's going to end up laying in that box. Okay, there we go. Let's see what happens. And I have a package here from Sharon. Let's see what Sharon sent to the cats. I think I have this upside down. Is this a note? This says, "Hi LF, just a few carrier covers and a plastic bag holder that you can use for anything. You can put bags or whatever in the top and pull them out of the bottom. So happy Sammy is back. Purrs and hugs, Sharon." Thank you so much, Sharon. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, so here we have a round carrier cover. Look at this fabric. Look at how cute that is. I do have to say, Sharon, that whenever I use one of your carrier covers on a carrier, when I go to a vet, I always get compliments on it, like always. This is awesome. Thank you so much. And here is the plastic bag holder, and this is totally going to come in handy downstairs where I keep all the plastic bags. I actually keep plastic bags in Boo's room and also downstairs near the litter boxes. And the bag that I currently have them in is just about to break. It's just like an old reusable tote bag, and it's just old and frayed, and now I'll be able to use this. So thank you so much. And look at this adorable fabric. Look at this adorable fabric with all the cats on it. And look at this tote bag. It's a quilted tote bag with all of these cute cats. That is so adorable. These are great. I use these when I go shopping. And the inside of this almost feels like it's waterproof. I don't know if it is, Sharon, but it almost feels that way. Look at this little purse. Oh my gosh, and look at the inside. Look. The inside says Boo. The fabric says Boo all over the inside. That is so cute. I use these a lot for like cords and just little organizing and for organizing things around the house. Thank you so much, Sharon. And here's another carrier cover, and this is a rectangle one for the rectangle carriers. This is so cute with the little avocado cats on it. Thank you so much, Sharon. I'm so happy that I finally found the previous rectangle cover that you made for us. It was buried in Boo's closet, but I've been using that one, and now I'll make sure I put this with the carriers so I don't lose these. And look at this one. Look how cute with all the little cats and the hearts and the butterflies. Sammy's checking it out. Hey, Sammy. How you doing, Sammy? You like it? You like the carrier? What do you think of it? Sammy says she likes it. Thank you very much, Sharon. And this says, "Please open carefully." Look at these. Aren't these cute? Hey, Sammy. Sammy's checking them out. Okay, Sammy. What you doing, Sammy? You checking them out? Are you going to sit with them? You going to lay down next to them? Okay, you lay down. Look how pretty these are. I believe these are mirrors. Do you see they have like a mirror on the back. So you can keep these. So these are really cute. You could put them in your purse and then always have a little mirror with you. And look at these. These are adorable. The kittens. And here's a Siamese cat. And then there's a little kitten with the heart. And look at this one. This reminds me of Little Richard. It also reminds me of Simba, except Simba has like, a little zipper on his nose. So cute. Thank you so much, Sharon. I'm going to be sharing some of these with Grandma Farrell and with a few other people that I know who really like cats. So thank you so much for thinking of me and thinking of the cats and sending us all of these wonderful goodies. We hope you're doing well and enjoying the summer so far. Now I have an envelope here. This is from Janet Stempler. Look how cute with the bunny and the flowers. This says, "Dear Miss Lucky Farrells, I am so happy about Sammy's return safe and sound. I really know how you felt. I said a lot of prayers for her return. On another note, I want to tell you that I had the privilege of being introduced to Dr. Norman Vincent Peale. Wow. My first job after college was at I think it says Olean General Hospital, New York. I was a medical record administrator. Sammy's trying to eat the card. Dr. Peale's brother, Dr. Robert Peale, was on the medical staff there. Dr. Norman Vincent Peale came to visit him at the hospital, and I was introduced to him on a coffee break in the cafeteria. Wow, that's so interesting. What a small world, right? Being very young, age 21, I was not aware of Dr. Peale's fame even then. His book, Power of Positive Thinking, was only a few years out, and its timeless success was still in the future. Anyways, I know you like that book, and I thought you might be interested in my story. Sincerely, Janet Stemper. Wow, Janet, that is so cool. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I mean, like, what are the chances of that? That's like such a small world. Thank you so much for this lovely card and your lovely note. And thank you so much for this very generous donation. It will definitely be put to good use on cat supplies. Look what's going on here. Look, I told you. Boxes are irresistible to Sammy. She's just hanging out there watching me. Right, Sammy? Right, Sammy? Now she's being quiet. And I have a few more boxes to open. This says Uncommon Goods on it. I'm going to use my left hand. The one good thing about having an issue with my right shoulder when I'm right-handed is it's been forcing me to do a lot more things with my left hand. So I'm becoming more ambidextrous. What's in here, Sammy? What do we have in here? All right, let's see what's in here. These are wrapped so well. Oh, wow, look at that. I've never seen something like this before. This says, Scott's Baked Apples. Core the apple, place the apple in the apple baker, put in cinnamon, sugar, and butter, either around or inside the apple, then place in microwave oven for 3 minutes. Wow, check that out. This is a little apple baker. That is so cool. And this is from Janet Stemper. Thank you so much, Janet, for thinking of me. This is so unique. I had no idea something like this even existed. And there are 2 more here, so I am going to assume that one is for Grandma Farrell and the other is for Grandpa Farrell, so everyone can have a baked apple. So thank you so much, Janet, for thinking of all of us. And here's another box. Let's see what's in here. What is this? This is wrapped really well. Oh my gosh, look at this. This says Perfect French Bread. So it's water, butter, bread flour, flour, sugar, salt, dry active yeast. Mix and knead all ingredients. Grease the bowl and allow to rise for approximately 1 hour. Should double in size. Punch down, allow to rise again, approximately 1 hour, bake at 350 degrees for 25 minutes. Wow, that is cool. And you do it all in this bowl. I can't wait to try that. That sounds so interesting. Grandpa Farrell is going to love this because he's like the bread baker in the family. He loves baking bread. So thank you so much, Janet. So there's one here. And then here's another one. So I'm assuming this one is for Grandma and Grandpa. Thank you so much, Janet. We hope you are having a very nice summer so far. Thank you so much for watching the videos and for supporting the channel and for sending all of these wonderful presents. It is 7:30 a.m. Here's Simba. Good morning, Simba. I just put him on the scale. And right now he weighs 19 pounds, 2 ounces. So pretty much the same as last week. I feel like we're at a plateau for the last few weeks. And we have to figure out how to get below this plateau. Right, Simba? I mean, it's good he's not gaining weight, but we got to try to get him to lose a little bit more weight than he's been losing because he hasn't been losing anything over the past few weeks. He's just been stable, which is fine. But our goal is to take weight off of his leg joints so that he limps less than he does. It is 8:45 a.m. Here's Simba. And let me show you what I just found. That was Boo's favorite little touch feeder, like his little interactive feeder. This is the one he absolutely loved. This is actually a replacement for the one that he loved, because the one that he loved got really old and had a bunch of old food stuck in the bottom. But this was like his favorite thing. He would press the levers and he would get the dry food out. And he would just love going around and pressing all the levers and getting all the food out. So I was looking for something this morning, and I opened up my armoire, and I had put this in there along with Stella's little touch feeder. Just because when ants are around, I have to kind of put anything that has dry food kind of like away. So it's really kind of bittersweet to see this, because I wish Boo was here to be able to, get his crunchies out of it. How you doing, Simba? Simba's like, I'll eat those crunchies. I don't even know what kind of crunchies are in there right now. It looks like some of the Science Diet Oral Care, and then maybe some kind of Blue Wilderness. I don't know what the kind is that Simba's eating. And then I was cleaning up some cat toys, and I found this. And this is one of Boo's dragonflies. Boo loved these dragonfly toys so much. So again, this is it's kind of bittersweet to find that. This is what's going on with the cat grass. So this big one has definitely seen better days. I planted a new one for the cats, but it's going to take a few days to start growing. And then this is the one that I got most recently. This one's from Whole Foods, and it's still holding up pretty good. Last night and this morning, the cats and I were having some playtime with this wand toy. I don't know where I got this. The brand on this one is Whisker City. So I don't know what store sold this. But it was a pack of 3. And I think I was playing with Boo with one of these before he passed away. And I had 2 left. So I opened one, and Splash and Simba really enjoyed it last night and this morning also. So they've been having fun with this. And then I was going to throw away this cardboard tube, but I remembered that Simba absolutely loves it when I put this cat charmer toy through the tube. So he loves it when I drag it through the tube, but he also loves it when I just put the wand in the tube. He loves anything that pops out of the end of the tube. So what I'm trying to do is just get more playtime for Simba and Splash. Hopefully that'll make an improvement this coming week. And I'm just going to leave this out for a little while and see if any of the cats can figure out how to get the snacks out of it. Because Simba and Splash don't know how to get snacks out of it. And I don't think any of the members of the Lucky 7 know how to get snacks out of it. I don't want to jinx anything, but right now it's been really quiet as far as ants go. I had put down some new ant bait several weeks ago, and I guess that one is working. It looks like somebody wants to figure out how to get the snacks out of that, but I don't know if he's going to. All right, you want breakfast, Simba? Simba, you want some breakfast? Here's Splash. So last week what I did was I went to a local organic market, and they sell pasture-raised chicken. And I bought some of that to see if the cats would like it, specifically Splash and Simba, because we're trying to heal Simba's legs, and they loved it. So they've been eating it for 1 meal a day. What I've been doing is I've been rotating through some freeze-dried raw food and some canned food for breakfast, and then for dinner everyone's getting homemade raw food. So I wanted to test out Splash and Simba and see how they like the pasture-raised chicken, because it is a bit different, and they loved it. Obviously, it's much more expensive than the supermarket chicken, but I know it's probably healthier for them, so I just wanted to see how it would go with them. So another thing that I'd like to do today is go to another local market that sells specialty meat products. And I believe they also sell pasture-raised chicken, chicken parts specifically. And I just want to see what their prices are and, how feasible it is to make larger batches for the Lucky 7 also. I switched over to pasture-raised eggs quite a while ago. They're a little bit more money. Sometimes you could get them on sale, but I feel like the extra price is worth it because you do get better nutrition out of them. And with regards to like ground beef, I've been buying grass-fed ground beef for a while now. Also, I don't really eat a lot of beef myself, but if I'm making some kind of special food for the cats, I've been buying it for them. I've been trying to switch to as much pasture-raised and grass-fed as I can. Dealing with this arm issue has me really diving deeper into more nutritional information and making sure that the nutrients are of the highest quality. As far as like everything that I'm consuming, and it's really making me think about making sure that the cats are getting their highest quality also. So I'm going to be looking into that more. Do you think I could teach Simba how to get the snacks out? I just took his paw and pressed the lever with it. You going to do it again, Simba? Here, look, Simba, look. We'll take your paw. Here, put the paw in here. Put the paw in here. Put your paw in here. On here. Put your paw in here. Yeah, paw. Paw. You can do it. Here. You put your paw in here. Yeah, move it over. Put your paw. Simba, put your paw in here. Yeah. Ready? This is going to count as part of his breakfast. This is how I taught Boo and Stella to use these kind of feeders. I literally just took their paws and showed them how to do it. You gonna figure it out, Simba? You gonna do it on your own now? Can you do it by yourself? Good? Okay, you could get more now on your own. Here. You gonna do it by yourself now? Take your paw. Here, take your paw. Here. There. Simba. Simba. Simba, take your paw. Take your paw and put it on here. Here. Look. Here. Okay, I did it 3 times so far. That should be enough for him to figure out the connection. Stella got it right away. And Boo got it pretty quickly also. Okay, you gonna figure it out, Simba? You gonna get some out by yourself? You gonna get it out by yourself? Can you get your own crunchies out? He's so close. He's so close. Okay, you could do it. You could do it, Simba. You gonna get your crunchies out? Go ahead, do it. You do it. Here. Press this with your paw. Paw. Go ahead, you do it. He's purring. Go ahead, Simba, you could do it. You could do it. I showed you how. Go ahead, Simba, you do it. This, here. This, here. Simba, you're not going to get in trouble, okay? You do it. You do it. You do it. You can do it. You press it. Press it with your paw. Here, Simba. Press that with your paw. Go ahead. You do it. Go ahead. Put your paw on there. Put your paw on here. Paw on there. Go ahead. You do it. Simba, you could do it. You could do it, Simba. You want this one? Put this one? Okay, you want me to show you how? I'll put your paw in, but you gotta press it. Okay. Simba. Go ahead, you press it. What are you doing? Simba says he's had enough work. That's enough work. You don't want to press it? All right. Okay. Good job, buddy. It is 3 p.m. and there's Goldie on the scratch and roll. That's Ringo and Nancy. Let me tell you what happened. So I'm sitting on the sofa, eating lunch, talking on the phone, and all of a sudden, Goldie, this is Goldie, she walks up to this feeder and she's smelling it, and she's looking at it, and she put her paw on one of the levers like she was going to press it and get some of the treats out, but she didn't press it. But she came so close to getting the treats out. Like, she has no training with this at all. Like, I don't even know if she's ever seen, well, maybe she saw Boo getting some treats out at one time, but she like literally just smelled where the treats are and then she put her paw on the lever where she should be able to get the treats out. So then what I did was got off the phone and I walked over to it and I was like, Goldie, watch me. Goldie, watch me. And I showed her how you press the lever and get the treats out. But she hasn't done it because then what happened was once the treats came out, Nancy and Ringo came rushing up to eat the treats. Maybe she'll do it. Maybe she'll do it later. I don't know. But it's snack time for the cats. It's about 3 p.m. I have to give Simba and Splash their afternoon snack. And I've been giving these guys an afternoon snack also. I've just been throwing some Temptations on the play rug. Is Nancy going to figure out how to get the treats out? Here's Goldie. Good girl, Goldie. You came so close to getting the treats out. Nancy, you getting treats out? It's 4:53 p.m. and look at this. Look, it's Goldie. She's taking a nap in this cat bed. Isn't that cute? And here's Ringo. He's taking a nap in this cat bed. And here's Sammy. And Sammy just woke me up from my nap. So here's my computer. And I was laying here on the couch working on my computer. I was actually editing a video, a vlog video. And then all of a sudden I just got so comfortable. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put the computer aside and just take like a little nap. Well, 45 minutes later, Sammy starts waking me up. Right, Sammy? It's 6 p.m. Look at Splash. He's sleeping on my bed. He's so funny. He loves doing this in the afternoon. Like, he loves this. I shut the door to the room if he's in here. Sometimes it's him and Simba. Sometimes there might be one of the other cats in here. But he just loves taking an afternoon nap on the bed. Now, usually at this point, he'll also let me brush him. But he just got brushed really good yesterday, so I'm going to not disturb him. And what happens is, like, see the sunlight? So as the sun moves through the afternoon sky, the sun moves on the bed also. So maybe he was laying more in the sun a little while ago, or maybe he's getting ready for the sun to move to where he is. It's 6:15 p.m. Sammy is trying to get treats out of the dispenser. I think she's just using her mouth, trying to eat out of one of the levers. I wonder what would happen if I taught her to put her paw on it. She might learn really fast. I wonder if she'd figure it out on her own, though. Sammy, just put your paw on it, okay? Sammy, put your paw. Use your paw. Oh, she put her paw on it. See, look, she's putting her paw on it. I'm sorry, I'm super zoomed in from across the room, so do you see her? She's putting her paw on it. Just press down, Sammy. Press down with your paw. I'm eating a popsicle with one hand, and I'm holding the camera with another hand. She got one of the treats out, but she was like licking it. So I guess it was like half out already. It is 9 p.m. and I just gave Cousin Oliver his second plate of dinner. So I fed him earlier today. And then when I went outside and I took garbage out, I saw him on the side of the house. Well, this morning, my landscaper came by. And I don't know what he put on the lawn. I don't know if it's fertilizer or what, but he put signs on the lawn basically saying stay off the lawn for like 2 days. So I saw Cousin Oliver sitting on the lawn and like I literally pointed at him and I was like, get off the lawn. So he moved into the like beds of like plants next to the house. So he got off the lawn. But he's been hanging out on the patio tonight. And what he was doing was he was sitting on the back steps and Sammy was inside the door. And the two of them were just like looking at each other. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, well, maybe he wants some more food. So I just gave him some more food. He had almost a full can of Friskies for dinner along with some dry food. And I've been putting extra water in the wet food because it's been so hot out. So I just gave him maybe another half of a can of Friskies with water mixed in and another scoop of the dry food. So maybe he's just really hungry today. But I'm happy he's on the patio and staying off the grass. I told him twice he has to stay off the grass. Now he has plenty of other yards to go to. There's plenty of areas he could hang out that are not like on my lawn. So that's the situation. He must have been really hungry because this plate is practically empty and there's quite a lot of food on there. It's 8:15 a.m. Here's Sammy. Hey, Sammy. Sammy wanted to come upstairs and spend some time with Splash and Simba. She also wanted to spend some time on top of this cat tower near the open window. So last night it got down to 68 degrees outside, which is awesome. So I have the windows open. I had the attic fan on, bringing some cool air in. And here's Splash. He's on top of the armoire this morning. Let me tell you what happened with Splash and Simba. Splash and Simba woke me up at 5:30 this morning because Simba was giving off his ninja scream. And the reason why he was giving off his ninja scream is because Splash was play fighting with him. And so that they were having like a fight here on the play rug. And then the next thing I know, Splash is chasing Simba around the house. And let me tell you, for a cat that's been limping when he walks, he was running really fast without a limp. But I know his legs are still probably bothering him, but so what I had to do is I told them to stop and I gave them some calming treats and then they were calm the rest of the morning. Right, Simba? You okay, buddy? Look at this cat grass. It is such a mess. Sammy's watching something outside. I don't know what she's watching, but what's going on is that there is a very large shrub right outside of this window, and it has grown so tall that the cats can't see out in that direction anymore. So I texted my landscapers about that, and I was like, can you guys please trim these hedges so they're below the windows? But I think the landscapers are so backed up because of all the rain that we've had and because of the heat advisory days that we've had. So I was going to give them a few more days, and then hopefully if my shoulder feels better, I'll just get the hedge trimmers out and then maybe cut them down myself. But for now, the cats can only see out this window in like one direction. Sammy's watching Cousin Oliver, so it ends up that he was drinking water out of the water bowl. And I just saw him outside, so I put some food together for him. He's getting some leftover raw food that the cats are not too crazy about. It's the one that I buy at the local farm. And I give him some canned food and some dry food. And the food's nice and cool because it was in the refrigerator. I find that he appreciates that, especially on the hotter days outside. It is 7:30 a.m. There's Simba. He's taking his supplement this morning. He gets his Cosequin in one of those Delectables spoon treats. And this is some of the mess from last night. We had some playtime. Simba enjoyed that. And today is the 4th of July, and I checked the local fireworks schedule, and there's fireworks going off like tonight, tomorrow night, and the following night. There was fireworks yesterday, but they were kind of in the distance. But the fireworks for the next 3 nights are going to be closer, so I have to get the cats ready for that. I'm probably going to give them calming supplements, definitely in their dinner. Maybe also in their breakfast. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. And then at night, I have to make sure that I'm putting on like the air conditioner and shutting the windows and then putting on some kind of like TV shows or something to make it loud for the cats so they're not freaked out. Yesterday, the cats were freaked out. I didn't expect fireworks to be blown off, but some of my neighbors were blowing them off, and the Lucky 7 especially were kind of scared by them. It is 9:08 a.m. Here's Simba. He's so happy today. Hello, Simba. I'm really happy too. It's supposed to be a beautiful day today. It's supposed to be sunny and only about 84 degrees, which will be like a perfect day. Right now, it's only about 70 degrees. All the windows in the house are open. It just feels so good. Splash and Simba ate their breakfast. So they split a 3-ounce can of tiki cat, a mackerel and sardines, and they had part of a can of Weruva paw licking chicken. They seem to like both of those, so they ate most of their food. Here's Ringo. He's hanging out by the open window in Boo's room. There were a few other cats with him, but I don't know where they went. I have to go collect whatever food is left over on their plates and give it to Ox. Maybe he's outside. Maybe that's what Ringo's watching. Here's Richard. He's hanging out in the living room. Here's Sammy. She's by a window. Here's Ziggy. Hey, Ziggy. Hey, Ziggy. Ziggy loves to talk to me. Next to Sammy, Ziggy is the most talkative. Right, Ziggy? Yeah. This is Nancy's breakfast. This is what's left over from Splash and Simba. You good girl? So, what I would like to do today is get out of here pretty early because it is the 4th of July. Since I have to spend tonight home with the cats because they get so nervous, and probably the next 2 nights also because of the fireworks, I've decided that as a compromise, I get to go out during the day and enjoy the holiday. So that's what I'm going to do for part of today. I'd like to get out of here pretty early because most likely there's going to be a ton of traffic in a few hours. There's Ziggy. So I'm going to go out and do some things and enjoy the day a little bit. Then what I want to do is come home, try to get a vlog video posted, and then start cleaning the house. I feel like I'm starting to get my energy back today, which is good, which would be great because there's so much stuff that needs to be done around the house. So even if I could get like a fraction of it done, I'd be super happy. It's about 4:30 p.m. and I just filmed a little short video with Simba for 4th of July. And I put the hat on Nancy. And she's just laying with it on. Simba puts it on for a little while, and then he takes it off. He's like, okay, I've had enough. That's it. But Nancy seems to be enjoying it. You want to wear one, Ziggy? Ziggy, you want a hat also? You want a hat also, Ziggy? They're laying on their toys right now. Sammy's looking at Nancy like, what's going on? Ziggy, you want me to get you a hat too? Look at Nancy. Hey, Nancy. Happy 4th of July, Nancy. Nancy, you're so cute. Ziggy was wearing one, then she took it off. Where's Nancy going? Nancy! Nancy! It is 9 p.m. Here's Nancy and Sammy. And here's Ziggy. And they had their dinner a little while ago. I just came downstairs to give them some crunchies. So I put some calming supplement in all of their meals. Maybe that's why no one finished the food on this plate and no one finished the food on this plate. Maybe they could taste the supplement. So I'm going to give them some crunchies. And I've been telling them that it's boom boom night. Right, Sammy? It's boom boom night. There's going to be a whole bunch of boom booms, okay? Big booms. Don't be afraid of the big booms, okay? It's going to be loud with booms. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? It's boom, boom night. Usually around here, they'll start the fireworks around like 9:30. Like that'll be the municipal fireworks, the ones that like the local towns will do. And then, of course, like the neighbors probably are going to end up doing theirs later. So I fully expect between like 9:30 and midnight, there just being a lot of fireworks going off. So I'm really happy that I was able to get the cats fed on time and get some calming supplement into them. I do have TVs playing pretty loud. I shut it off so I could film this. Down here, there is also the dehumidifier on, which is making noise. I have the air on, but the central air is really quiet, so it really doesn't help anything. I think what I'm going to do when I go upstairs is I'll also turn the dishwasher on, so that makes some noise. I do expect Splash and Simba to be kind of scared. Did you eat, Ziggy? Eat your food. Here's another plate that no one ate. So Sometimes if they don't eat their dinner, what happens is if I put some extra crunchies on it, then they'll eat it. All right, Ziggy, you going to eat your dinner? Did you eat it or not? It is 9:15 p.m., so my neighbors have started blowing off their fireworks early, and now both Splash and Simba are under my bed, and all of the members of the Lucky Seven are hiding downstairs. What I just realized is that this is the first 4th of July without Boo and Stella. And Boo and Stella were the brave ones, so I am so angry right now. Like, they just blew off a whole bunch more fireworks, and they were, like, way louder than the first set. I just feel so bad for the cats, especially Splash and Simba. They've been through so much this year, and now, today, they're dealing with this. It's almost 10 a.m. And here's Ziggy and Nancy. And I was going to show you Nancy because it was so cute how she was laying with the cat grass. But I turned the camera on and she moves. So that's what's going on. Last night, Splash and Simba and I were having some playtime with the laser pointer. And I was pointing the laser at this tray of cat grass. And Splash was having such a good time chasing the laser in the grass. So that's why it's all kind of trampled on this morning. Hello, Ziggy. Hello, Ziggy. You're such a good girl. You're such a good girl, Ziggy. Look at Sammy. It's 3:40 p.m. There's Nancy. She's laying in Boo's bed in Boo's room. There's Richard. He's stretched out by the window. And look at this. It's Ringo. He's hanging out over here by the pillows. You guys happy? It's about 9 a.m. Here's Sammy. And there's Ziggy. And I'm just about to give them their breakfast. They all have to be combed and brushed, which I do every morning. But I wanted to tell you about what's going on today. So this morning, I got a text message from a family member who lives in another state, who I don't talk to very often. But they were telling me that they're really upset because they took their dog to the emergency room on Friday because their regular vet was not open. And the dog was having a problem with her eye. And she had an ulcer in her eye previously, but it had gone away. But it looked like maybe there was another ulcer forming. So she took her to the emergency vet. And the emergency vet prescribed medication, like I don't know if it's like an antibiotic or steroid. That's what she told me. And it proceeded to make the eye worse over the weekend. So she made an appointment with her regular vet, and she just found out that what was prescribed was completely the wrong thing, and that if she would have continued giving it to her dog, she most likely would have lost the eye. Like the eye, I think she said it would have ruptured or something like that. And she texted me some of the correspondence that she had sent to the emergency room. And when I saw the name on it, I flipped out. It's the same company. It's the same company that killed Stella. Like, I was in shock. So I right away was like, please tell me it is not such and such, naming the name. And she's like, yeah, it is. Why? And then I told her that that was the same company that killed my cat back in February. So, yeah, it's shocking. So please never, ever, ever take an animal to an open concept veterinary emergency room. I'm not naming names, but all you have to do is look into that and you'll find out the name really easily. Never take a pet to an open concept veterinary emergency room. It's 12:26 p.m. Here's Sammy. She's relaxing in her box in the kitchen. Sammy likes to have several boxes throughout the house because boxes are Sammy's favorite place to relax. Right, Sammy? You happy in your box? How you doing, Sammy? You okay? Right now, it's almost 95 degrees out, so it's really hot and humid today. Here's Splash. He's laying on my bed. This is one of Splash's favorite places during the day. He loves laying on the bed. I feel a little bad because if Stella was here, the two of them would be cuddled up together on the bed. That's what they used to do together, the two of them. Right now, Simba is in the room also. He's underneath the bed. They go under there because it's cool, and I did not have the air conditioning on earlier. But now that the air conditioning's on, they usually, come out from under the bed. They'll lay on top of the bed or on the cat tower or the bunk bed or the top of the armoire. And what I do is I leave the TV on for them, and they love Leave It to Beaver. If you've never watched Leave It to Beaver, it's a show from the 1950s. It's just a really relaxing family show. And it has two little boys, Beaver and Wally, the two brothers, and they remind me a lot of Splash and Simba. So I think that's why Splash and Simba enjoy watching it. Also, it's not crazy. There's not like a lot of like loud activity, a lot of fighting or anything like that. It's pretty mellow. It's a mellow show, so they enjoy it. And when they're not watching that, they'll be listening to music. They have two favorite types of music to listen to. They have relaxing harp music. They love that. And they also love the David Tye Music for Cats albums. I turn the sound off when I'm filming the videos, so that's why it's nice and quiet and we could look at Splash. Splash is such a big boy. How you doing, Splashy? You tired? I was looking at the security camera footage from overnight, and Splash and Simba had a good time. I think they were hunting a bug for a little while in Boo's room. And I don't think Splash pooped yesterday, so Splash had diarrhea for a few days. And I gave him just some bland chicken to eat and some freeze-dried chicken. And I've been checking the litter boxes, and I haven't seen any diarrhea from yesterday. So hopefully he'll use a litter box today. And hopefully he'll be back to normal. Right, Splashy? Splash does not like me talking about these types of things. Okay, Splash, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But what Splash does like is getting brushed. And this is his favorite time of day to get brushed, and his favorite place to get brushed. For some reason, he's very comfortable getting brushed when he's laying on the bed. He doesn't like getting brushed in the living room. That's where I brush Simba in the morning sometimes. If Simba's laying on the play rug in the living room, that's just where I brush him. And then Splash will run away if I try to brush him there. But if he's sitting here on the bed, then he really enjoys being brushed. Elevator butt. Elevator butt. It's about 5:30 p.m. and this is some packing paper that arrived in an Amazon order. So I ordered some dry cat food and they send it in like a giant box, and then there was all this packing paper. And the cats love playing with packing paper. So I put the packing paper here on the floor. You want to see what's going on? Who's in there? Who's in the packing paper? Is someone laying in the paper? Who's laying in the paper? Oh, it's Sammy. Go back in. Go back in. Go ahead, lay down. Oh, you want to lay in the box in your paper? Okay. Sammy has a box here that she likes to lay in, so she's going to lay in the box under the paper. Oh, no. You want me to move the box out? Okay, now lay in the box, and we'll put the paper over you. No, you don't want to lay there? She doesn't want to lay there because it's in the direct line of the air coming out of the air conditioning vent. Okay, lay in your paper. You could go back in. You go back in. Meanwhile, here's Richard, although it does look like Ringo. I want to say this is Ringo, but the fur looks like a mackerel tabby, in which case it would be Richard. Yeah, this is Richard, because Ringo would flip out if I was this close to him. Pets, pet, 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 pet. It is 6:30 a.m. Look at this mess in here. I got to clean it up today, but we had a good time last night, right, Simba? We had some playtime. I just woke up from a dream about Boo. Boo's in a dream, and it felt so good, like, to see Boo again. Although it makes me really sad right now because he's not here. But in the dream, he was so happy. It made me remember how happy he was and how full of life he was and how he just loved everything. Boo radiated love. Like, he just loved everything. And it was a weird dream. It wasn't like a normal dream. I don't remember how it started. I just remember that I was in New York City with some friends that I have not seen in many years. I'm like not even friends with them anymore. And we were doing some sightseeing. And at one point, it was like this weird optical illusion where it looked like you're in Paris, France, but you're actually in New York City. It was just the strangest, weirdest thing. And then I remember we were like walking around and I was waiting for Boo because he was at a vet's office and he was having some kind of procedure done at the vet's office. And it was like some kind of recheck on a spay and neuter. It was strange. It wasn't like a normal procedure. It was like he had to be rechecked on his neuter. It was just so strange. And I remember going to the vet's office, and it was actually like almost like the emergency room that Stella went to. And I had to settle the bill, and they were trying to charge me for things that were not mine. I was like, no, that's not mine. That's not mine. And then I went back to like a hotel room, but then we went out again. And I just remember waiting for a phone call from the animal hospital where Boo was. And I remember thinking, well, they close at 7. Why is nobody calling me? Like, what's going on? Maybe I need to call them. Meanwhile, the friends that I was with, who I'm no longer friends with because I found out that, like, they really weren't good friends to me. They were getting, like, annoyed with me. They were like, oh, it's just a cat. Oh, stop being bothered by it. What does it matter? And just saying, like, all kinds of, you know, not the nicest, most compassionate things. And then I was getting, you know, concerned because I hadn't heard from the animal hospital where Boo was. And all I wanted to do was go pick him up. And I was like, I'm just going to go pick him up. I don't care if they don't call me. I know they close at 7. I'm just going to go and I'm just going to go get him. And then the next thing I know, I woke up. And Simba jumped on the bed, and he wanted a whole bunch of pets, so I gave him a whole bunch of pets. It was so nice to be with Boo again. Here's Simba, he's concerned about me. I just realized what triggered that dream. So, I spent most of the day yesterday going back and forth with a family member about this horrible corporate emergency room, about this horrible chain of corporate emergency rooms that are just, damaging pets. So I checked my email. I woke up at 4 a.m. and I checked my emails. And I had 2 emails from this family member. And I was reading one of them. And one of them was a letter that they're sending to the emergency room and their normal vet. And it was a very, very professional letter, very extensive. So I read that letter. And then I was like, well, it's only 4:30 a.m. I need to try to get more sleep. So that's when I tried to fall asleep. And then that's when I had the dream about Boo. So I know it triggered it, but still. Anyway, today is weigh day for Simba. I'm hoping we've gotten past this plateau that we've been at for the past several weeks. I did make some changes to what Simba's been eating. So at night, instead of just getting a little bit of crunchies, they've been getting freeze-dried chicken with a little bit of crunchies. So I cut back on the crunchies and I just added freeze-dried chicken. And then in these automatic feeders, instead of getting a tablespoon of crunchies around 4 a.m., Simba's been getting some freeze-dried minnows and a little bit of freeze-dried chicken. And Splash got some freeze-dried chicken and freeze-dried rabbit. So I'm hoping we're seeing a difference. Here's Simba on top of the cat tower. And here's what it says on the scale, 19 pounds, 2 ounces. We have not got past this plateau. This is the same thing he's weighed the past few weeks. It's about 8:10 a.m. and here's Splash. And I checked the security camera footage from overnight to see who was using which litter box. And from what I could tell, Splash used the litter box in the white enclosure twice. Once around 4 a.m. and once around 6 a.m. So when I scooped that litter this morning, what I found was a clump of pee and also some solid poop. So hopefully Splash is past his diarrhea. He was not using the litter box at all yesterday, which made me think, okay, maybe he's doing better. He was acting like he was feeling better. And if he was the only cat using that litter box, and according to the security camera footage he was, then that would indicate he doesn't have diarrhea anymore. Good job, Splash. And here's Simba. Simba just took a poop, so I'm going to weigh him again, and we're going to see what he weighs. And this will be his official weigh-in. Hopefully, he pooped out 1 ounce or 2. Here's Simba. I just put him on the scale. And that's what it says on the scale, 19 pounds, 2 ounces. So I guess he didn't even poop out 1 ounce. But I also gave him a squeeze up with a little freeze-dried chicken with his supplement in it this morning. It's about 7:35 p.m. I just gave the cats a new toy. I don't know what this is called. Oh, hold on. This is a P03 smart cat toy. I believe a viewer gave it to them, but I haven't had a chance to charge it up and put it together for them. So I just did it. And as you can see, they're just watching it. They don't really know what to make of it. But I do like the size of it because it's not going to be able to get under the sofa and stuff like that. And we'll see if they want to chase it. Oh, there's Ziggy. Look at Ziggy's tail. I was just vacuuming and I thought all the members of the Lucky Seven went downstairs. But I guess not. I guess she's still up here. I hope she's not trying to attack Simba. Simba's growling at her. Ziggy, you gotta go downstairs because we're gonna eat, okay? Okay? I have caught Ziggy trying to ambush either Splash or Simba in the past. And the other night, Sammy tried to ambush Simba, so. It is almost 8 a.m. and here's Simba. Good morning, Simba. He jumped here on the bed this morning. I had a rough morning. It was one of those nights where I woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning with a ton of energy and I could not get back to sleep for a while. And when I tried getting back to sleep, I just kept thinking of Boo and, what happened with Boo and how much I miss Boo and stuff like that. So then I got up and I was interacting with Splash and Simba for a while. I gave them a few treats and eventually I was able to fall back asleep and I just woke up around 7:30 and it's another gray and rainy day and the weather this summer has not been helping at all because the majority of the days have just been gray and rainy, and if it's not gray and rainy, it's been super, super hot out, like almost 100 degrees or more than 100 degrees. So I just need some really nice days. Right, Simba? Right, Simba? We want some really nice weather. I fully understand that the vlogs for season 8 are not the most enjoyable vlogs to watch, that they can be very difficult for many people to watch, specifically subscribers to this channel. But I feel that they are extremely important to post because they document the entire situation and not just what happened with Stella, but also what happened with Sammy, having a missing cat, being able to get the missing cat back, going through the grieving process. When I was deep in grief over Stella, all I wanted to do was watch videos of other people that were going through the same thing. So if these videos can do that, then they have served their purpose. You also have to remember that videos that are posted to YouTube can reach new people many years later. I have people still watching the original Boo Day videos or the original videos of Stella, Splash, and Simba living outside who are seeing them for the first time many years after I posted them and who are learning things from them or who are being helped by them. So just because I post a video today doesn't mean I'm only posting it for the people who are watching it today. I am posting it for the people who might be watching it 5 years from today, 10 years from today. I'm posting it for that one person who might find incredible help or solace in that video. So that's what's going on. I apologize if the videos have not been really happy, but I've always used this channel to expose truth, and that's what I feel is very important for me to do with season 8. And another reason why I didn't sleep well and couldn't fall back asleep very easily was because my shoulder and my arm was really bothering me. So the pain has been coming back, but just in like a different way. And yesterday, the pain in my shoulder was radiating out toward my neck and down my arm, and it was just so uncomfortable. It wasn't as bad as it was 4 weeks ago when I could not move my arm. At least now I can move my arm, but if I move it in certain ways, then I get like a lot of pain. And sometimes in general, it just aches me. So I'm continuing on with like a diet and supplement protocol to try to get rid of the calcium that's in my shoulder. What I'm thinking is that this time I had more calcium than I did previously. Also, I was watching a video yesterday. It was not about calcium in shoulders, but the woman in the video pretty much explained why I have this calcium in my shoulder. It was like a random occurrence that I came across the information. And what she shared was that when you're going through times of stress, and I went through extreme stress with Stella, that your body dumps magnesium. So the magnesium in your body pretty much gets flushed out because of the stress. And it puts you in a magnesium deficit. And when you're in a magnesium deficit, your body is prone to depositing calcium where it doesn't belong. And in my example, it's my shoulder. So that explains why I've had this condition twice now, and it's always several months after a cat passes away. The last time I had this was in 2022, a few months after Ditto passed away, and now I have it again in 2025, a few months after Stella and Boo passed away. But this time it's a lot worse, but that makes sense because this time I had 2 cats pass away and a ridiculous amount of stress for 3 or 4 straight months. So that's what I'm dealing with also. This is how Simba plays with me. Notice I'm the one that puts in all the effort. What Simba's doing right now is he's telling me he's hungry. Simba, are you hungry? You want breakfast? Simba, you want breakfast? Simba, are you hungry? Do you want breakfast? Come on. You want to eat? Want to eat, Simba? He's like, yeah. Let's eat. Okay, let's eat breakfast. It's 10:52 a.m. Look at little Eva. She's sitting with her paws in my flip-flop. Look how cute she is. I know she likes me, but she's just afraid of me, and I don't know why she's so afraid of me. She's been living in this house for like 2.5 years now. How you doing, Eva? You like the shoe? You like the shoe? You good? So there's a Gap outlet in one of the local malls. And every year I usually go there and get 1 or 2 pairs of flip-flops that last me through the summer because I pretty much live in flip-flops through the summer. And I used to get them for like $1.99 each. I paid more than that this year, but I still like to get a fresh pair or 2 of flip-flops for the summer. Right, Eva? And I've been getting a lot of white items recently just because in case we do get fleas, then I could see every little speck. It's 2:12 p.m. and look at Nancy. She's so cute. She just got up from a nap. She was napping in Stella's castle. Look at all these toys all over the place. The entire house has been napping for almost the past 2 hours, including myself. It's crazy. So I only ended up getting, like 5 hours of sleep last night. So I was doing work this morning. I got a lot of work done on my computer, like work, day job work kind of stuff. And I got so much done. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna relax for a minute. Well, I was working on the day sofa in Boo's room, and that thing is so comfortable. The next thing I know, I dozed off. I thought I was just gonna relax. I'll lay down for like 10 minutes, just relax. No, I dozed off, and I had the most amazing nap for an hour and a half. It was incredible. And then when I woke up, I was like, oh my gosh, the house is so empty. Like nobody, not a creature was stirring, like nobody. And I looked around and everyone was taking a nap. And look at Nancy, look how cute she is. Nancy, you're so cute. In my hands, I have 2 snacks, one for Splash and one for Simba. So I'm testing out my little crock pot, and I made some chicken in the crock pot. I want to see if they like it. And then I have some oral care treats and then some bench and field treats. After I give Splash and Simba their snacks, then I'm going to give the Lucky 7 their snacks. It's 7:45 a.m. and here's Splash. How you doing, Splashy? So right now, all the windows are open and it's a gray day. I think it's just going to be a gray, cloudy day, and it's super humid. I had the windows open all night so Splash and Simba could enjoy the fresh air and look out the windows. Well, because I have the windows open, this morning I heard like people talking outside, and I'm like, that's weird. And they were talking about boxes and what do you want me to do with these? And I'm thinking to myself, what is that? Is that like my landscaper showing up? Because I'm still waiting for them to come and like trim all the hedges in my yard. So I look out the window and there's a moving van in the house next to me. And the people that live on the main floor in that house, because it's like a main floor and then they have an apartment upstairs. And so, you know, someone lives in the apartment upstairs and then there's a couple living in the main floor downstairs. The neighbor that lived in that house passed away last month. So there was an older man that lived in that house and he had health problems. So his niece and nephew moved in with him. They've been living there for a few years. They're the ones that cleaned out the yard and repaved the driveway and tore out all the trees and the bushes and everything and, you know, made his yard so it's no longer a wilderness. Anyway, he passed away last month, so now it appears that the niece and her husband who are living downstairs with him are moving out. And that's really concerning for me because if the nephew who is living upstairs is also moving out, like if they're all moving out, are they going to be selling the house? If I see any of them when I'm outside, I'm going to ask them, hey, are you guys selling the house? Just because I'm curious. But it's very troublesome because what has happened over the past few years is that 3 of the houses on this block have been purchased by families who are very loud and who have a lot of cars, like more cars than they can park in their driveway. And these people like to blast loud music. And they also like to make a lot of noise in the middle of the night, like at 2 a.m. There will be car engines revving and just like a lot of noise. So at least now I'm not directly next to anyone like that, but we're just going to have to see how it plays out. I mean, there is a chance that the guy living upstairs now will move downstairs, maybe rent out the upstairs, but I don't know if they would because when they first moved in, he was telling me what a nightmare they had with the previous tenant who was living upstairs. So, but you know, when I think about it, I don't think the cats are happy about like all this additional noise either, and just the way that the neighborhood has changed. You know, the cats don't have as much to look at outside the windows. Like when I used to have all that wilderness going in and out of my yard all the time, the cats always had something to look at. There was always possums, skunks, raccoons, like other cats in and out. And since all the yards have been cleaned up, it doesn't happen as much. I mean, occasionally, but not on a regular basis anymore. Right, Simba? How you doing, Simba? You upset? Simba looks upset.
But you know what? Today is also garbage day, and all the garbage trucks have been coming around. When I say all the garbage trucks, it's also recycle trucks. So the cats don't like all those loud noises.
This is a new toy that I gave the cats last night. It is by Pet Links, and I bought this years ago. I just forgot that I had it, and I found it. And so it's like a wand toy. It's like an automatic wand toy. See how it goes around? And this is like the slow speed. There's also medium, fast, and random. I thought the cats would really like it, but neither Splash nor Simba want to play with this. And Sammy came upstairs this morning and she saw it. She looked like maybe she'd be interested in it. But when she saw Splash and Simba looking at her, she was like, yeah, I'm not going to play with it right now. And then she walked into another room. So maybe the Lucky Seven will like this. Maybe when they come upstairs in a little bit, I'll put this on for them. But right now it's a bit of a disappointment. It is 9:22 a.m. I'm downstairs. Here's Nancy and Ziggy and Sammy. And they all just got brushed. And Richard's down here also. He got brushed also. The amount of cat hair that I just got off these guys is crazy. Like, they are shedding so much. There's Sammy in her tunnel. So what I realized is that yesterday, there's little Eva. Yesterday was the first day this summer that was only around 85 degrees and it did not rain all day. So I had the windows open all day and I did not put the central air on. And last night was really the first night that I had all the windows wide open. It was like 73 degrees last night, so it was fine. Except when I woke up this morning, it was really humid. It was like really sticky, but it wasn't too hot. What I think is happening is that's what's causing the cats to shed their fur. Because when I look at Cousin Oliver outside, you know, he's been living outside. He's really thin right now, and he looks that way because he has his summer coat. Like, he shed his winter coat. Whereas with the inside cats, because I've been using air conditioning so much this year, I don't think they've really fully shed their winter coats based on the fact of how much cat hair I was pulling off of them today. Simba and Splash, not so much, because when I brush them, I didn't get as much cat hair as I got off these guys down here. Now, another thing that I want to document is the fact that even though the dehumidifier down here has been running nonstop, the humidity is at 50%. That should be lower than that. So far all year when I have the air conditioning running in the house, the humidity down here is less than 45%. But because I did not have the air conditioning running at all, the humidity down here is 50%. And that's concerning because with that amount of humidity, it can trigger fleas. So humidity below 50% breaks the flea cycle. Flea larvae can't survive in humidity that's like 45% or less than that. But anything that's like 50% or greater, then flea larvae can hatch and the flea cycle is not broken and fleas can proliferate. So far this year, I don't want to jinx anything. I've been combing the cats every day. I haven't gotten any fleas off of everyone, and now it's the middle of July. So I'm hoping that continues through the rest of the year, and I really credit that to the fact that I've been so proactive with the dehumidifiers this year. Because the humidity down here is at 50%, I went upstairs and I turned the AC on for the whole house. So we'll see what that does. Hopefully it'll bring the humidity down here also. And if I have to keep the house set to like 79 or 80 degrees with the AC all summer, I'll do that just to avoid fleas. Nancy and Sammy are so funny. It's 10 a.m. I just put the toy on for Nancy and Ziggy. Here's Nancy. Here's Ziggy. Ziggy loves toys. So I thought she'd play with it. Although, I don't know how it's going to stay where it is. Like, I think she's going to just, like, turn it over or something. Someone might just try to grab the toy and run with it. One of the nice things about having so many cats is that when you get a toy, Usually there's at least one cat who really enjoys it. I was just in the other room and I heard something knock over. I thought it was the toy, but it's this feeder. There's Richard. They heard like the crunchies. So Sammy recently has a thing for like turning over any kind of crunchy container. If she smells crunchies and it's in a container, she wants to knock the container down. Oh, look at this, Richard. He's playing with that. Richard likes to grab a toy and run with it, so that's why I think he's probably going to do that. It's 3:35 p.m. I just got home. Look what I found at PetSmart. Fresh cat grass. They just got it in. You want some, Simba? I put it in another container because the woman just watered it today and it's still dripping. How you doing, Splashy? You okay? I knew Simba was going to like it. The boys had their snack a few hours ago. And I have to go empty the car. I went to the poultry farm. I picked up a bunch of turkey to make homemade food with, some chicken hearts, some chicken livers, some chicken necks, and some other things from PetSmart. And now I have to empty the car, put everything away, try to get some work done, maybe some videos, and then hopefully be able to go back out later and just finish whatever shopping I need to get done. Here's Nancy. Hello, Nancy. There's Ringo. Hey, Ringo. It's 4:30 p.m. I have to go to the post office and look at Sammy. This is what she does with these screen doors. So here's one of the screen doors near a closed door. And she loves laying like this between the door and the screen. What's the matter with you, Sammy? You're weird. You're a weirdo, Sammy. Sammy, are you a weirdo? Sammy said, don't call me a weirdo. She just loves this for some reason. She's like, I'm very comfortable here. Okay, Sammy. Okay, if you're comfortable, you can lay there. It's 7:45 p.m. I just went outside and I put some leftover food out for Cousin Oliver, or Ox, and I touched him. Oh my gosh. So he was sitting on one of the patio chairs. And I went to the side of the house because I noticed that the water bowl was all dirty. So I grabbed the hose and I filled up the water bowl. And as I was walking past the table, like he's just sitting there, like his head was underneath the tablecloth and his back was exposed. So I was like, I wonder what would happen if I touched him. So I literally just touched his back and then he went flying off the chair under the table. I don't know where he is now. I don't know why he's not eating because I just put his food out. Here he is. He's still under the table. He's probably a little bit shocked. I don't know if anyone has ever touched him before. I mean, other than like when he went to get his TNR because his ear is clipped. And it's not like I petted him. I literally just touched him. Like, you know, if you poke someone on the shoulder, it was kind of like that. So at least he's still here. I want him to eat fast because it's ant season and the ants just start crawling all over the food. So, okay, Ox, go eat. Go eat your food, okay? Go eat your food. And here's Sammy, laying by this door, between the screen door and the door. I don't know why she likes doing this. Maybe she thinks it's like a hammock or something. Sammy, you're a strange girl. Sammy, you're a very unique cat. I want him to eat his food because he has a bunch of leftover homemade raw food. And I know he likes it. And it's really good hydration for him because I add water to it before I serve it to the cats. So it's good that he's eating. Sammy, I have to open this door, okay? I have to open this door and walk through it. So I've caught Sammy sleeping here at night a few times. What you doing, Sammy? Ready? Whee! Okay, let me close the door. Watch your foot. Move your foot. Move your foot out. Don't get your foot caught. Don't get your foot caught. I gotta shut the door. I'm shutting the door. It's about 9:15 p.m. Here's Splash and Simba. And I ordered them some toys because it's Amazon Prime Day. And they came the same day. I don't know why they came the same day. There's Sammy. She's walking around. So I was shocked because I remember, like in the past, when I ordered on Amazon Prime Day, like it would take days to get stuff. It would be like longer than normal. And this is like quicker than normal. So I don't know what's going on. What you doing, Sammy? You okay? You all right? Here's Flash and Simba. They're looking at her like, what are you doing? I would really like the three of them to become friends. It would be so nice if Splash and Simba could be friends with Sammy. I think that would be a really, really good start. Anyway, so I got them each one of these fuzzy tail catnip toys. They come in a pack of 3. So the cats got these during mail time a few months ago. I think they were from Patricia Kerrigan, but I could be wrong. But anyway, the cats love them. And one of them has been completely torn apart. There's one up here that the cats still use. And then I think someone took one downstairs. So I bought enough so all the cats can get their own. So there will be 9 of these in the house. And hopefully they'll enjoy them. You guys want a new toy? You want a new toy? They come in a pack of 3. And there's gray, green, and yellow. Simba's already smelling them. He's like, I could smell them from here. Sammy's trying to get in the box. They really smell like catnip. Like, I don't even have the bag open, and they smell so strong. Look at Simba. Simba's ready. Which one you want? You want the green one? You want the yellow one? Pick one. You want the gray one? Pick one. Oh my gosh. Give me the bag. Splash, which one? Which one you want? Want the yellow one? Here. I just gave Sammy the gray one. Here. You have your own toy. Everyone has their own toy. There's Sammy with her toy. There's the old gray one next to it. I'm downstairs with Nancy and Ziggy, and here comes Goldie. Goldie! I gave Goldie a yellow one. Richard has one in the corner. The cats are so funny with these toys when they first get them. I don't know where Ringo and Eva are. Oh, here's Eva. Eva, come here, Eva. I just threw one at Eva. Where's Ringo? Ringo! There's Ringo, I just gave him one. There's Ziggy, she has one. It's 8 a.m. and here's Splash. He's sleeping on this chair. Hello, Splashy. And here's Simba. He's sleeping on this cat tower. The last time I saw these guys was a few hours ago. So around 5 a.m. I woke up. I don't know if I woke up on my own or it was because these guys were making a lot of noise. But when I woke up, like they were chasing each other around the house. And sometimes Simba doesn't like that because, you know, his leg has been bothering him. So sometimes he gets mad at Splash. I think that might have been what woke me up because Simba gave off one of his ninja screams. And I was like, what's going on here? So this is where they had their fun last night, and there are two little bowls here. So what I did last night, instead of giving the cats crunchies, is I opened up a small can of, I think it was Fancy Feast seafood and gravy, something that they don't normally always have, something that would be like a real treat for them. Because I went to PetSmart yesterday and I decided, let me just buy a bunch of different food that maybe I could give to them instead of crunchies that they might like to eat. It'll give them some more variety in their food that they eat, and we'll just see if it affects the scale. Because, you know, Simba's been at that plateau for several weeks now. Maybe we could get him below the plateau. So as you can see, both of these bowls are empty. Splash ate like half of his, but Simba devoured his. And then, like in the middle of the night, Simba did what he always used to do, and he went back and he ate what was left on any of the plates. So I did not put any crunchies in their little automatic feeders. But when they woke me up at 5 a.m. and I saw that like both of the bowls were empty, I went over to Boo's Touch Feeder and I just dispensed like a little tiny bit of dry food from that. And the two of them had like a little tiny snack. And then everything was fine. And then I came in here and I laid down on this day sofa and I fell asleep. And I must have slept for like 2 hours because I woke up at 7:30. Because I'm still having issues with my shoulder, like I'm pretty good during the day. It only hurts me if I move it in a certain like position. And even then it's not excruciating pain. It's just like soreness and stiffness. I would say like 95% of the time it's okay during the day, and then I'll just suddenly like move it and then I'll be like, oh, it's like really sore. But sometimes at night, that's when it might start like throbbing and being uncomfortable. Again, it's like only a fraction of the pain that I had a few weeks ago. But I found that if I lay on this day sofa, like on my back, for some reason, it's just really comfortable. My arm doesn't hurt and I'm able to sleep really well. So that's what I did. This is a whole bunch of the food that I got at PetSmart yesterday. It's just, I picked up some like random Friskies that the cats might be interested in as a snack. I picked up some like different types of tiki cat that they might be interested in. So they love this tiki cat ahi tuna recipe. They tried that for the first time not too long ago. So I bought them some more of that. I also bought some more Fancy Feast classic pate to have on hand in case, I need to give some supplements that are tricky or some kind of medication for the cats. So some of these I'm going to put in my cat food pantry downstairs of like backup foods. And then I also wanted to pick up some canned fish-based food for the cats because, they used to have fish day once a week. So I want to try to do something like that again. Now that they are back on a set eating schedule, for a while when Stella was sick and Boo was sick, the cats were off their schedule. And then after Boo passed, it took a while to get the cats back onto like their regular eating schedule. But now that they're back on their schedule, I want to try to get more variety into their meals and, work on, different proteins and different foods and stuff like that. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning, Sammy. This is where Sammy likes to lay at night sometimes. So I put this little blanket here. Good morning, Ziggy. Let's see what's going on down here because the cats had a bit of a party last night. So, why is this in their food? They all got their catnip toys, and I found their feeder mice. So they each got one of their feeder mice with some dry cat food in it. But here's the thing. I don't think they really know how to get their dry cat food out of these. Like I just showed Nancy how to get it out. But I don't know if they know how to do that. So let's find these toys and let's go shake them. What about this one? Oh, look, this is almost all empty. Here's another one. That has a lot in it. Here's another one. That is food in it. This one's full, and this has a few. Now, if Stella and Boo were here, all of these little feeder mice would be completely empty because Stella and Boo loved stuff like that. I should also mention that last night Splash and Simba got their little mouse feeders also. Theirs are more challenging. They have this one little hole on the side, and that's because they're really, really good at getting crunchies out of little toys like this. And as soon as I gave them these mice, they were working on getting their crunchies out. So they each got 1 tablespoon of crunchies in each of these mice. So I was wrong when I said they didn't get any crunchies last night. They didn't get any just plain as a snack, and they didn't get any in their automatic feeder, but they did get some in these toys. And I think moving forward, this is how they're going to get their crunchies because they had to work for them. It wasn't like, okay, here's a bowl, and then they just dive in and eat them. They had to work for their crunchies by getting them out of these little mice. So I'm going to try that moving forward also. If they're going to get crunchies, they're going to get them in this little mouse toy. I was thinking maybe I'd put their afternoon snacks in here also, but those treats are like different shapes and sizes, and I don't think they would come out of these feeders very well. Here's Simba. He was snoring. Simba, you're snoring. You're snoring, Simba. I'm going to open some windows. You want me to open windows?
Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.